What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. Today I am going to be making the most me video that I could think of. And that means that I'm going to be showing you the location of where you can find all 8 of the eeveelutions in their static terraforms. If you are unaware, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, there are set locations where you can find a terrestrialized Pokemon, and it will spawn there every day. You can absolutely find the eeveelutions just out in the wild in their non-terrestrialized forms. However, the terraforms are a little bit better because they have 3 perfect IVs and some of them have exclusive moves. So if you're interested in seeing where you can find each of the terrestrialized eeveelutions, then just keep on watching. And if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe so that you're always up to date on the latest Pokemon news, and give this video a thumbs up so that we can push it out into the YouTube algorithm so that more Pokemon fans can see it. And if you would like another way to support the channel, please feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep what I'm doing on a daily basis. And since the holidays are just around the corner, if you are looking for a copy of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for yourself or a loved one, I have linked copies on my Amazon storefront, which is down below as well. But let's go ahead and hop into the location of all 8 of the eeveelutions. Okay, up first we have Vaporeon, which can be located here in the Casseroya Lake area. I went ahead and fast traveled over to the Glaceon stones, but if you don't have this fast travel point unlocked yet, you can also get there from the Casseroya Lake islet and just swim across the lake to this little pond over here facing the North Paldean Sea. But it is going to make your life easier if you do have this fast travel point unlocked because it's a lot closer. But we're going to go ahead and run up this hill and I'll show you where the little pond is. And while I'm showing you where the Vaporeon is located, I did want to say that you can absolutely just evolve your EVs that you catch in the wild, which EVs are a rare spawn to start with, by the way. But the thing about doing it that way is that if you do catch an EV in the wild, it is always going to have a normal Terra type. So you will have to collect the 50 Terra shards of the Terra type that you actually want your eeveelution to be. So if you catch them this way, not only do they have the 3 perfect IVs that I mentioned in my intro and the exclusive moves, but they also have varying Terra types. Sometimes it's the same as their actual type, like a water Terra type. In the case of Vaporeon here, that's just chilling in the pond, which, as you can see, I literally just hopped over the little river gulch thing right next to the ruins. Or they can be something else. And like I said, these are daily spawns, so if you do want to try to catch one with a different Terra type, you can always just check on them daily. They will respawn every single day, so even if you do accidentally knock it out and you didn't save or anything before you encountered it, just go back the next day. Or you can just day skip in your actual settings. But here is where you find Vaporeon. Next up, we have Jolteon, which the closest fast travel point to where Jolteon is located is the shrine for one of the ruinous Pokemon. It's the Ice Shrine for where Chien-Pao is located. However, if you have not made friends with your history teacher and you have not unlocked this fast travel point, then you can go ahead and go over here to the Pokemon Center in West Province Area 1 North, and you're gonna wanna follow the trail until you get to this trail, and you can still get up the mountain this way as well and get to the same little cliffside that I'm about to show you, which that trail is the one right there behind me where all of the windmills are. But Jolteon is actually located down here on this little cliffside that overlooks the ocean. And there he is, right next to a windmill. So we have now found 2 out of the 8 eeveelutions, and this Rockruff literally wants to destroy me. Hello, Rockruff, please leave me alone. But the good news is that while I was filming where to get Vaporeon, I did happen to catch a shiny Altaria. But let's go ahead and find the other 6 eeveelutions. And to complete our original trio, you're gonna wanna go ahead and start here in Artisan, since that's gonna be the closest to the top of this little like desert overlook area that's by the ruins. This is where you're gonna find Flareon. And there's really no easy way to get there unless you have your climb ability. Otherwise, it might take you a hot minute, but I'm literally just climbing up the little rocky area that is right to the side of the Pokemon Center, and you're gonna wanna go all the way to the top of that giant rock structure. So literally just keep climbing and sprinting. You'll get a nice view of the Sunfloras that our lovely gym leader crafted. But yeah, you're just gonna wanna climb all the way to the top of this rocky structure. And it should be located in South Province Area 5. Hello, Gimme Ghoul. And it, like I said, it might take a hot minute because you do have to climb for quite a bit. So we're just gonna keep climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing until we reach this point. And after you hit the flat part of that, you gotta go up one more little rock face, and you should be able to find your Flareon. And there she is. And an Axew as well, and Swablu's. But there is the Flareon's aggressive. But there's the last of the original 3 eeveelutions. Next up is my favorite eeveelution, Espeon, and I went ahead and I flew over to the Pokemon Center here in East Province Area 3, and we're gonna go to a little cave that is across the river of the little deserty area. So let's head in that direction. And there just happens to be a Terra Raid battle that's in the same general vicinity as where I'm going. So that kind of helped guide me in the right direction. Not that it's gonna be the same for everyone, obviously, but just in my case. But let me hop over the river here. Boom. Hop up here, and there should be a little cave right in this little like dugout area. I don't even know if that's the right thing to say, but this little cave right here. You're gonna walk in here and the first thing you're gonna see is a glowing Espeon, which look at how pretty she is. I'm obsessed. But we have now found 4 out of the 8 eeveelutions. Of course, if you are looking for Umbreon, you are either gonna have to wait until it's nighttime or go into your Switch settings and change it to nighttime. But you're gonna wanna start off here in Alfornada. And here next to the Pokemon Center, there should be a little entrance in South Province Area 6 to a cave. And this is Alfornada Cave, very aptly named, right? And you're gonna go ahead and go along this little pathway, and you see that flat surface straight ahead? That's where we're going. That's where we're gonna find Umbreon. So from what I can see, you do definitely need climb or glide, kind of like what I'm doing, to get over to this point in the cave. So you might want to wait until you have all your abilities to get your Umbreon if you are looking for the terrestrialized Umbreon. But we have arrived at our 5th eeveelution. So the closest that you're going to be able to get to where Leafeon is actually located is here in the Los Platos Pokemon Center, because Leafeon is quite literally in the middle of nowhere. So I'll show you how to get there. I am gonna use climb, I am gonna use glide, but we're gonna have to go up to where those trees are up there. So the fastest way that I found to get there was by literally climbing up this little mountainside until I get to the top, and we'll be able to cross over to the other little mountainside after we get to the top of this one. I wish there was a more convenient way to get here, but like I said, Leafeon is literally in the middle of nowhere. So we're gonna climb all the way up, and there should be like little ponds, which once you get up here, that's how you know you're in the right spot. And we're gonna have to cross over to that side. Let me hop over here. I'm just gonna glide over. And then once you get to this side, we're gonna climb up a little more, as my Koraidon always struggles to climb. And now that we've made it to the top of this structure, as you can see, we're kind of in a diagonal from the Pokemon Center. You'll be able to see Leafeon terrestrialized over here on the other side of this little cliff. So let's go ahead and glide over here. And boom, we have made it. And there is Leafeon happily prancing around in the middle of nowhere. So to find Glaceon, I went ahead and I started at Paldea's highest peak. However, it is right in front of the Glacedo gym. So you could also start there. But this fast travel point is a little bit closer to the river, which is what we're gonna follow in order to find Glaceon. Because Glaceon is gonna be located on a little random cliff that's across from the river here. So the river just makes sure that I stay going the right direction, because when it comes to this area, for me specifically, I always get lost because everything is like snowy and white and everything looks the same. So I'm always like, where am I going? So this just helps me stay traveling the right way. But I'm just gonna go ahead and keep gliding over there just so that I don't slide everywhere. That's just a pro tip from me, because I hate sliding around in the snow too, but gliding can only get you so far. But once I land, I'm just gonna go ahead and sprint over there. And you should be able to see it if you just keep walking down the mountain here. There she is, right over there. You can see her terrestrialized right over there, overlooking the ocean. And the river's literally right over there. So I would just follow the river until you get pretty close to the ocean, and then go to the right, where you'll see her terrestrialized. And here she is, boom, in all her glory, next to a tree that overlooks the sea. And for our final eeveelution, the Dragon Slayer herself, Sylveon, you're gonna wanna go ahead and fly over here to the Pokemon Center that is at the very edge of the Glacedo mountain range, right in front of the Team Starbase in North Province Area 3. And we're gonna go to the end of this little trail that you see here, where there's like a little roundabout almost. Let me zoom in a little. And there should be a terrestrialized Sylveon at the end of the road. So let's go ahead and sprint over there. I'm gonna try to avoid all of the Hoppips and the Pavilions that spawn in this area because they literally pop out of nowhere and I always run into them. So I'm just gonna run down the path and you can already see her glowing in the distance. And this should be our girl, Sylveon. And we have arrived. And there she is in all her glory. So that is the location of every single static encounter terrestrialized evolution in the game. Like I said, remember that they do spawn daily, so if you are trying to look for different terra types or if you accidentally knock one out and you didn't save before encountering them, you can always try again the next day. But hopefully you guys found this video helpful and leave a comment down below what your favorite evolution is and which one you're gonna be looking for. But as always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.